So if you watch the monster movies, I'm certain you know what a mummy is, right? It's that ancient Egyptian monster that lives in the pyramid, and when the team of archaeologists come in and break the seal or open the tomb, the mummy comes out and attacks, and that's the end of it. Well, actually, pyramids are a really terrible place if you go looking for a mummy. So the pyramids were kind of like the biggest example of something completely failing to do its job. It was a big waste of time, money, and effort because almost immediately the tomb robbers broke in and stole everything. So the Egyptians started putting their people in tombs out in the desert. And that's why we have so many mummies today. Secret location, no water to cause decay, just what the mummy ordered. Mummification was the long process of drying out and preserving a body after death. All Egyptians who could afford it had it done, from the pharaoh down to the poorest farmer. After drying out, the body would be wrapped in linen with some amulets thrown in for protection and a mask on top showing what the person looked like in life. Then the body would be put into a mummy case or sarcophagus, or even sometimes 2 or 3, and oftentimes the sarcophagus would have some prayers written on it on the inside, just to be on the safe side. But why even have mummies if it was that much work and effort? Well, the Egyptians believed that if it wasn't in your tomb, it wasn't going with you to the afterlife, and that included your body. After being judged by the gods for how good they were in life, the deceased could expect to continue normal activities like farming or hunting with the throwing stick, see if they catch any birds, or even just sitting around the house playing with the cats. Perfume, darling? Why, yes, thank you. By the way, that's what they have on their heads. That's actually blocks of perfume that would melt in the sun and run down so that nobody smelled stinky. Now let's talk about one of the most famous Egyptian mummies, Pharaoh Tutankhamun, or as we know him now, King Tut. King Tut started ruling Egypt when he was 9 years old, but unfortunately died unexpectedly when he was only 19. A tomb was quickly prepared for him in the Valley of the Kings. Inside, the priests put all of King Tut's most favored possessions, including his golden sandals, his chariot, also gold, and his throne, gold. How would you like that for a camp chair? Tut himself was put into 3 nested coffins and then a stone sarcophagus. The smallest coffin was made of, you guessed it, gold. By accident, another tomb was later built close to Tut's tomb, and the construction debris covered the entrance to his tomb completely, keeping it hidden from the world for thousands of years. Until 1922, when it was discovered with all its treasure intact. One of the reasons we know so much about ancient Egypt is because the contents of Tut's tomb were so well preserved. In fact, some of the artifacts are scheduled to be on display in Boston this fall, so if you're interested, talk to your parents.